Oshawa.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Acting Premier. Steve Borders is a constituent of mine in Oshawa, and he is a victim of the damage this Liberal government has done to our healthcare system. Steve tore his rotator cuff in December of 2016 and has been waiting for care ever since. He waited for an MRI, he waited to see a specialist, and he's still waiting 5 months later to even confirm a date for his shoulder surgery. Steve has spent the past 5 months in relentless pain, unable to work, and wondering when our healthcare system will be there to help him. Steve wrecked his shoulder 5 months ago and still doesn't even have a date for surgery. Is the Premier okay with this being the reality of our healthcare system in Ontario?
Thank you, Deputy Premier.
Minister of Health and Long-Term Care.
Minister of Health, Long-Term Care.
Well, Mr. Speaker, regrettably, real-life stories like this do occur, but it certainly isn't the case in the province, where whether it's access to MRIs or ultrasounds, where we are at the top or near the top in the country, or if it's access to from a family doctor to a specialist, where we are leading the country, or whether it is access from the specialist to the procedure that may or may not be required, we are leading the country again. The wait times in this province are the best or near the very best of all the provinces and territories across Canada. But, Mr. Speaker, it's these particular instances which drive us to continue, despite being the best or near the best in the country, it inspires us to continue making the right investments, and I'm happy to speak to those in the supplementary.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you very much, Speaker. And to talk about best wait times, I'm sure that Steve would have different words to describe those wait times. But back to the Acting Premier. Hospitals are at capacity, patients are being treated in hallways, wait times are out of control. Our healthcare system is frankly in a shambles, and the Premier is offering us a Band-Aid. And I'll tell you, Speaker, Band-Aids won't fix Steve's shoulder. Steve's wife, Donna, told me, quote, Steve has not been able to pick up his granddaughter and play with her, which is all he wishes to do. He has been unable to do his everyday stuff like shovel the driveway and sidewalk, put deodorant on, or pull a T-shirt over his head, end quote. Speaker, this shouldn't be possible in Ontario, but it is happening all over the province. What do you have to say to Steve and anyone else in Ontario whose healthcare system has stopped supporting them?
Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I'm proud, which will be relevant to the member's own riding, that we increased the operating budget, the base budget of Lakeridge Health, Mr. Speaker, by almost $7 million this year. Mr. Speaker, we are, and as per my announcement that I made on Friday, investing more than $500 million in our hospitals, and in Mr. Speaker, we're also investing over the next 3 years, importantly, which speaks to this question, investing $1.3 billion specifically aimed to further reduce those wait times. Those wait times, Mr. Speaker, as I referenced, are the best in the country already. That doesn't mean that they shouldn't be even shorter, but that's why we're making the kinds of investments, including $1.3 billion over the next 3 years, specifically for wait times.
Thank you. New question.